First up, Mike Cagney, CEO of Figure, and Matan Bar, CEO of Melio, stress the importance of a strong foundation and mindful hiring to shape a company's culture. Josh Reeves, CEO of Gusto, and Prajit Nanu, CEO of Nium, highlight the dangers of poor hiring practices, emphasizing the need for value alignment. And Itai Damti, CEO of Unit, discusses the value of learning from mistakes and adopting a flexible approach to minimize future risks.
One of the biggest things was when we started SoFi, we really had no idea what it was going to become or how big the opportunity was. And we were obviously super fortunate and lucky that there was a significant opportunity there that we could build into. But it didn't give us the opportunity to lay a foundation for culture and organization structure that would support that kind of growth and that kind of market opportunity. And as a consequence of that, we didn't have a super instilled culture, which was a significant headwind in terms of growing the organization, because we had, in particular, a lot of conflict within the organization and a lot of situations where people weren't all oriented to the same objective or same goal, and infighting and so forth. And ultimately that was all my responsibility, and something that I took very seriously as I was thinking about Figure. And one of the things that we did with Figure is the founding team spent a couple of months before we even went to raise capital for it, just establishing what the rules of the road were going to be. So what is the culture that we were going to try to build? What were our expectations of each other and expectations of everyone that we brought on board? What would we tolerate? What would we not tolerate? And just established a very clear understanding of a rubric that we could that was genuine, right? That we believed in, and could execute to. And in particular, one of the biggest things that we try to emphasize is a zero tolerance for people call it the no asshole rule.
The biggest mistakes that I've done, at least it was probably during the first 6 months of starting the company, where I optimized, when hiring people, I optimized for skills and didn't pay attention to culture. I'm talking about like the first 10 people. Like, I was so eager to start building the company that I was just hiring super fast. And, we had incredible engineers that joined us, but they were not necessarily the right material to create Melio's culture. And I think one thing that I didn't realize in the beginning, and luckily we fixed it pretty fast, but the core group of people that you hire, I don't know what's the number, there are many types of benchmarks, 10, 15, 100, their personalities become the company's personality. Like, you can define company values and hang them on the wall. I think it matters, but it doesn't matter much. I think what matters is who are included in the group, in the first initial group, because their behaviors will be contagious, and other people that will join after would behave like this core group. That's how a company culture is created. You have a core group of people, and their personalities become the company's personality. Now, I wasn't paying too much attention. I didn't hire terrible people or something like that. There were good people, but I was hoping for a culture with a specific set of behaviors that I know 2 people, 3 people in the beginning were not fully aligned with, and so we had to fix this. And luckily, we fixed it very fast, but it was like an extreme fix. So now Melio is so disciplined and strict about hiring in a way that is aligned with our culture, that that mistake basically led to an extreme correction that I think is part of our identity today.
I can tell you that we were very poor hirers when we started. And it's largely because I didn't come from the industry. I didn't understand tech that well. So a lot of my, if you ask me, mistakes were on hiring. And I keep telling early stage founders who I spend time mentoring and talking to is that hire people where urgency is top priority for them. If urgency isn't top priority for them, it is not going to work out. It's not about age, experience, skill set, nothing like that. But like startups who are not urgent will die a very quick death.
We made 1,000 mistakes in our previous company. We made 1,000 mistakes at Unit, but we hope we made a different set of mistakes, less costly mistakes. There are many things I would change, obviously. I can get more specific. I think that some of the hiring you're doing along the way needs to be better calibrated. I think that standing up people and talent functions is a necessity. We were too late to do it. I think having an in-office culture is important, and we're just about to get into a new office in New York, but we accepted a hybrid situation that was mixed for a long time, and we should have called it quits earlier. And we made a lot of business decisions. I mean, sales processes or positioning or product decisions that did not pan out. I think the goal is not to eliminate mistakes in building a company. The goal is to make the mistakes less costly, right? And make them, and that's the topic of atomic projects and atomic solutions, or problems and solutions. If you make all of your problems atomic, then when you fail, when a solution does not really solve a problem, at least you haven't invested much.
I believe that companies don't force people or try to convince people to join, and candidates don't persuade companies to hire them. It's both parties trying to figure out, is there alignment for us to go do something incredible together? And so that alignment for us really falls in 3 dimensions. We have alignment around values, we have alignment around motivations, and we have alignment around skill set. I definitely think values are a byproduct of kind of the way one lives, works, who they've spent time with, what they believe in. But really, very importantly here, there isn't right, wrong values. I don't think if someone doesn't share Gusto values, they're a bad person. It just means they would be more successful in a different company. And I also don't believe people have separate personal, professional values. You just have your values.